Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to my friend and my lecturer Sir Faisal. My name is Khaida Nosafia binti Muhammad Nizam and I'm from class SR656 and I will be presenting my research titled Motivation for Recreational Activities to Health Outcome Among Women Workers in Putrajaya. Before I dive into the detail, let me briefly outline the structure of my presentation. My presentation is divided into three main chapters. The chapter 1 is the introduction, where I will cover the background of study, problem statement, purpose of study, research objective and research question, hypothesis, significance of study, limitation and delimitation, and also operational term. The chapter 2, I will cover about literature review. Chapter 3 will cover the methodology, which includes the research design, population, sampling, instrumentation, data collection procedure, and data analysis. This is background of study. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought significant change to work environment and lifestyle, increasing health challenge globally. Women workers, especially in urban areas like Putrajaya, often face high workload and family responsibilities. Recreational activities such as jogging or brisk walk have been shown to reduce stress, improve mental well-being, and enhance physical health. Despite this benefit, many women remain physically inactive, emphasizing the need for research on their motivation and barriers. Okay, next slide is about problem statement. The problem is many women in Putrajaya face barriers such as time constraint, work commitment, and family responsibilities, leading to low participation in recreational activities. This inactivity contribute to health risks like obesity, mental health challenge, and chronic disease. Understanding the motivation and barriers behind this issue is essential for designing effective intervention. The purpose of this study is twofold. The first is to explore the motivation and barriers for recreational activities among women workers in Putrajaya, focusing on intrinsic and extrinsic factors. And the second is to provide findings that guide intervention to overcome barriers and promote overall well-being. This study has three key research questions and objectives. The research question is the first: what are the mean score for intrinsic and extrinsic motivation? The second, what are the mean score of health outcome? And the third is there a significant relationship between motivation and health outcomes among women workers? Next, the research objective is the first, to determine the mean score of motivation, second, to analyze the mean score of health outcome, and the third, to investigate the significant relationship between motivation and health outcome among women workers. The hypotheses of these studies are: the first hypothesis is personal motivation like health awareness and enjoyment significantly improve physical health outcome. The next hypothesis is about barriers, including time constraint and family responsibilities, significantly reduce recreational activity engagement. Also, the next hypothesis, which is hypothesis 3, intrinsic motivation has a significant positive effect on participation frequency. Next slide is about significance of study. This study is significant as it provide insight into workplace wellness program and strategies for women's health. Then, it can support Malaysian public health initiative to reduce non-communicable disease. Also, offers valuable recommendation for employers and policymakers to promote women's well-being in urban area. Every study has its limitation, and mine is no exception. Firstly, the findings are limited to women workers in Putrajaya, meaning the result may not be generalizable to other population or location. Secondly, the study relies on self-reported data collected through questionnaire, which may introduce bias such as over-reporting or under-reporting. On the other hand, delimitation defined the scope of my study. This research focused specifically on intrinsic and extrinsic motivation and their impact on health outcomes. Additionally, it targets women workers in Putrajaya who engage in accessible recreational activities such as walking, yoga, and jogging. These parameters were set to ensure a manageable and focused study while addressing the specific challenges faced by this demographic. To ensure clarity in my study, let me define the key operational term used. First is intrinsic motivation. This refers to interval factors that drive participation in recreational activities such as personal enjoyment, mental relaxation, or the sense of accomplishment individual feel. Second is extrinsic motivation. These are external factors influencing participation such as rewards, social recognition, or workplace wellness program. The third is about health outcome. It consists of physical health, mental well-being, and social health. Defining this term is essential to establish a clear understanding of the variable in my study. The literature review focused on the key concepts and theories related to my study. The first, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation, as defined by Deci and Ryan, self-determination theory, involves participation driven by personal satisfaction and enjoyment. In contrast, extrinsic motivation refers to external reward like incentive, social recognition, or workplace program. Both are critical in understanding why women engage in recreational activities. Next, health outcomes. Research highlights the benefit of recreational activities across three dimensions, which physical health, the activities improve cardiovascular fitness, mental well-being, it can regular participation, reduce stress and depression, and also social health is for build support network and enhance a sense of community. Here, my study concept framework assumes that intrinsic and extrinsic motivation influence participation in recreational activities, which then positively impact physical, mental, and social health. This structure guides the analysis and interpretation of my study's findings. This research used a quantitative research method with data collected through an online questionnaire. The target population is women workers in the public and private sectors in Putrajaya, approximately 41,300 individuals. The sample size is 381 participants determined with a 95% confidence level. Sampling technique, I use simple random sampling to ensure every participant has an equal chance to selection. The questionnaire was developed in Malay and English and divided into three sections. Part A is demographic, Part B is about motivation, intrinsic factors like enjoyment, and extrinsic factors like social support. Part C is health outcome, consists of physical, mental, and social health. Responses were collected using a 5-point Likert scale. The data collection process followed a structured timeline, including preparation, questionnaire, development, a pilot study, main data collection, and analysis, as outlined in the Gantt chart, to ensure all milestones were achieved efficiently. The data analysis focused on descriptive statistics to calculate mean score for motivation and health outcomes, and multiple regression analysis to explore relationship between motivation and health outcome. The result aimed to provide evidence-based insight into how motivation influences women's participation in recreational activity and their overall well-being. Next slide, the appendices section includes additional material that support my study with questionnaire sample. Thank you for watching my presentation. If you have any question about my research, feel free to reach out. Thank you.